The California Gold Rush of 1849 through 1855 changed California, the U.S., and the globe forever. It sparked one of the biggest migrations in American history, with thousands of people from all over the world flocking to California in search of gold in the Sierra Nevada foothills. This resulted in the formation of boomtowns, vast economic expansion and affluence, and the construction of railways, churches, and banks to serve the newcomers. Here's a summary of how gold mining impacted westward expansion. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. A huge amount of gold was discovered in California in 1848. In the eastern sections of the United States, the press immediately made a big deal out of it. Many people attempting to make money distributed flyers and tiny booklets that frequently fabricated stories of being suddenly wealthy. The overblown accounts made it appear as if gold could be discovered about anywhere and was simply ready to be picked up. This prompted an influx of people to journey across North America along the Oregon Trail and other well-known pathways. Large wagon caravans would travel along the paths. Most of the wild animals had been slaughtered within many miles of the paths, and the majority of the trees had been down for fuel. Along the journey, some people established and built forts and trade stations to sell goods to those passing by. These forts or commercial centers would sometimes develop towns. California was born as cities like San Francisco were developed. During the gold rush, some people became extremely wealthy, and most individuals, however, departed gold mining with less than they began with. California's population rose rapidly in a short time, and as a result of the gold rush, some people who lost their money or the will to go all the way to California established communities along the major trails. Colorado's population has risen as a result of the California Gold Rush. And today, the NFL football club, the San Francisco 49ers, is named for the Gold Rush of '49. The effects of the Gold Rush. California witnessed a profound shift in a relatively short time as a result of the large influx of migrants. It evolved from thinly inhabited regions to a territory with a population large enough to establish a state. California's population was still largely Mexican at the time, but the arrival of many U.S. migrants swiftly transformed the local demography. The newcomers frequently sought to stay in touch with family members across the country and advocated for the development of new communication and transportation solutions to assist them to bridge the gap. While the gold rush made some early prospectors wealthy, it was the subsequent economic development that sprang up around the industry that proved most profitable. New businesses designed to meet the needs of gold prospectors and the mining industry would eventually result in prosperity for merchants. Increased investment in California's nascent economy would have long-term consequences for both California and the U.S. Many people got very rich by that time, and many of them couldn't, but still, they wanted gold. Soon this demand became an opportunity to make more money by mining gold, and in just a short time, gold mining had become a profitable business. This gold mining business had a revolutionary impact. It generated an increase in production for mining machinery and hydraulic operations, which were frequently employed in the mining process and had previously been supplied by the East before the gold rush, causing fresher, more urgent needs. The gold rush also resulted in an increase in lumber output and the establishment of new wheat mills. Clothing demand surged tremendously, and the leather business expanded significantly. Wholesale and retail emerged during this period and were critical in meeting customers' expanding wants. Another significant result of the gold rush was the quick growth of agriculture and the availability of more sophisticated equipment. Indeed, many who failed in mining went to California's green gold, taking full advantage of the state's favorable environment to grow vast amounts of fruit, vegetables, and cereals to feed the mining city's residents. Enterprising immigrants from Europe recognized an opportunity to meet wine demand as well. They established the first orchards and vineyards, and soon they weren't only supplying the local market but exporting to other nations. California varietals continue to be some of the most sought after and highly valued wines to this day. On the other hand, foreign producers and manufacturers discovered new markets for their products in the U.S., which benefited not just California-based enterprises. Chilean agriculture producers found new markets for their goods. China began exporting considerable amounts of sugar, and Norway looked to California for prospects to strengthen its naval support business. All of this economic growth needed the creation of a new financial service, and numerous banks would emerge as a result of gold mining and its aftermath. The gold rush frenzy resulted in transportation revolution. New roads, bridges, boats, wagons, and steamships were built. The fast development of the transportation culminated in the construction of the Panama Canal Isthmus, which drastically reduced travel time to California. San Francisco, which was experiencing the greatest economic spark at the time, was rewarded for its rapid modernization and economic development when it was chosen as the western terminus for the first transatlantic railroad, which connected the East Coast with California via Omaha and revolutionized transportation and commerce. Following then, California unexpectedly became the center of a new Pacific market, and the western expansion continued to grow over time. Well guys, that's it for this one. What did you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to sub and ring that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.